In this episode, we're going to answer the question, when do I use single and double quotes with PowerShell? What you need to know about single and double quotes is that they both produce a type of information called a string. A type of information called an integer represents a number, but the type of data called string represents a string of characters. Let's take a look at an example. Here I'm going to be executing the getType method. Now this will tell us what type of data we're working with. With single quotes, I get a data type of string. But when I use double quotes, I also get a data type of string. So that's going to bring us up to the question, which one of them do I use? Well, it all comes down literally to a dollar sign. Let's take a look. When we use single quotes, the strings are literally read verbatim. If we run this line, you can see the price of gas is $4.15. Ugh. Too bad we can't just change that, huh? Anyhow, when we use the single quotes, the dollar sign is treated as a literal dollar sign. Now, watch this. Double quotes are considered to be expandable strings, which means it's going to interpret the value of a variable. Take a look right here. Our $4 is a little slightly different color. And what that means is that it is interpreting $4 as a variable. And I can tell you there's nothing in memory called $4. So let's see what happens when we run this line. The price of gas is 15 cents, and that's because the value of variable 4 was null. Nothing there. So when we use double quotes, that means that the value of a variable will be placed into the string. If you use single quotes, the dollar sign is treated as a literal dollar sign character, not that as a variable. Let's see what else we can do with our double quotes. Here, I'm going to create a variable called name and just call it info text zone. And when I do a write output using double quotes and my variable, you can see the output is the name of this channel is info text zone. But what if I need the ability to put the value of a variable into the string, but also use the dollar sign? Well, this is where I'm going to introduce you to the escape character. Now, take a look at your keyboards. The escape character is above the tab key. It's kind of a little, it looks like a single quote, but kind of slash backwards, right above the tab key. That is PowerShell's escape character. And what that does is it removes the special meaning of what's about to follow, or it adds special meaning. Here you'll see that I have my $4, but right in front of it is the backtick. This is going to take away the special meaning of that dollar sign and interpret the dollar sign as a literal backtick. When I run this, the price of gas is $4.15, but you don't see the backtick. Now, this little trick only works with the double quotes. If you use a single quote, the backtick is treated as a literal backtick character. Take a look. Here, I'm going to execute that line that's enclosed inside of single quotes. And there you can see this is space backtick T, a string. But when I do with double quotes, you can see that it injects horizontal tabs. So again, the backtick only works with the double quotes. Now, what if you have a property that has properties that have properties? Okay, in this case, we got to do something special in this scenario. Here, I'm going to ask for PowerShell's automatically generated variable called PS version table. And I want the PS version property and its subproperty of major. And there you can see the number 7. Now, when I put this inside of single quotes, of course, the dollar sign is treated as a literal dollar sign character, and it's just going to be printed on screen. But when I put inside double quotes, let's see what we get. You are currently using System Management Automation PS version table, hash table PS version major. Huh? Okay, so we have to engage something called a subexpression. It kind of says, execute this code, and then whatever the answer is, put that into the string. To engage our subexpression, notice I put a $, open parenthesis, and then a close parenthesis at the end. And then inside of those parentheses, I put the entire variable. Let's see what happens when I run it. You are currently using PowerShell 7. That is what we wanted to see right there. Now you can use this with PowerShell commandlets, variables, getting the properties of objects. Here's one more example of using a subexpression. Here I'm saying, in a few days from now, it will be that inside my subexpression, I'm running the commandlet get date and its method add days, adding 2 days to today. And when I run it, in a few days from now, it will be May 15th. Just so you guys all know, I'm recording this on May 13th. So it worked. I hope this helped to clear up any confusion about when to use a single or when to use a double quote. As long as you're not worried about any variables, you can use whichever one you want. But if there's any variables, if you have to do any sub-expressions, if you need to pull out the value of a variable's property, whatever, then you're going to have to go with a sub-expression. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. See you all later.